In a move that has fans of late-night television and K-pop celebrating in unison, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon has made global headlines once again, this time not for a viral segment or celebrity interview, but for something far more personal, heartfelt, and completely unexpected. A handwritten letter, signed personally by Jimmy Fallon, has reportedly made its way across the Pacific, landing right at the doors of HYBE Corporation in Seoul. Its recipient? None other than Jungkook of BTS, the world-renowned Golden Magne, who was officially discharged from his 18-month military service just hours ago. And the message? Simple, sincere, and filled with admiration. Can't wait to see you again, brother. The seat's been saved for you. The army is in tears. Fallon fans are buzzing. And the entertainment world is holding its breath. A letter that feels like home. According to HYBE staff who spoke anonymously, the letter was personally addressed in Jimmy Fallon's own handwriting, sealed with a custom The Tonight Show wax emblem, and accompanied by a small gift, a framed screenshot of Jungkook and Jimmy laughing during their iconic Subway Olympics segment from 2020. The letter opens with a warm greeting, immediately diving into fond memories of BTS's appearances on The Tonight Show. Fallon recalls, "From the first handshake to the last song, every time you walked into the studio, it felt like magic was about to happen." But what struck the staff most was not the nostalgia, but the invitation. "Come back when you're ready," Jimmy reportedly writes. "The world missed you, man. I missed you. Let's sit down, talk music, talk life, talk anything. No rush, but when you're ready, your chair is waiting at my desk." Fallon's note emphasizes respect for Jungkook's time, knowing that transitioning from military life back into global superstardom is no small leap. Still, the sincerity of the message, paired with Jimmy's characteristic humor. "Also, I've been working on my Korean. I still suck. Help me," has deeply touched not only fans, but even the staff at HYBE, who reportedly teared up while reading it aloud in the office. It wasn't for the press. What's more remarkable? The letter was never meant to be public. This wasn't a press stunt. It wasn't shared on Fallon's social media. It wasn't blasted in a late-night monologue. In fact, the entire gesture was intended to be private, a quiet moment between two friends who happened to be global icons. However, HYBE, in turn, overwhelmed with emotion after witnessing Jungkook receive it, shared the moment anonymously with fan communities online. Within minutes, Jimmy Fallon letter began trending globally, a friendship that defies language, borders. And famed Jungkook and Jimmy Fallon's bond has long been celebrated by fans. From lip-sync battles to playful interviews and musical games, their on-screen chemistry has always felt effortless. But behind the cameras, it turns out a real friendship has blossomed, one rooted in mutual respect, laughter, and shared admiration for each other's craft. Fallon has always been vocal about his love for BTS, but especially Jungkook, often calling him one of the most naturally gifted performers he's ever witnessed. When BTS announced their military enlistment plans in 2022 and 2023, Fallon expressed nothing but pride and support, once joking, "The army's lucky, but when he comes back, I'm stealing him." It seems now he wasn't joking. ISA reunion already in the works. Multiple sources close to NBC have confirmed that The Tonight Show has tentatively reserved a future date for an undisclosed global music act within the next 2 months. Industry insiders believe this may be the first step toward a Jungkook guest appearance, possibly his first US television appearance post-discharge, and fans have more reason to believe. Jungkook himself was seen holding a blue envelope, matching Fallon's signature stationery, upon exiting his discharge ceremony earlier this morning. When asked by a reporter about it, Jungkook simply smiled and replied, "It's something that made me happy." Could that be confirmation enough? A letter? A bond? A new era? As social media platforms light up with screenshots, theories, and fan art recreations of Jimmy's letter, one thing is certain. This small gesture may be the first spark in Jungkook's long-awaited return to the global stage, not with a dramatic performance, not with a viral TikTok, but with a letter. A reminder that no matter how far you go, there's always someone cheering for you on the other side. And in Jimmy Fallon, Jungkook seems to have found that friend. Final word. A message to fans: while nothing is officially confirmed, sources at both HYBE and NBC have hinted that if schedules align, a very special reunion episode is in the works. Not just an interview, but a multi-part tribute to Jungkook's artistry, growth, and journey. SO armies, keep your notifications on. Because when that chair next to Jimmy Fallon's desk finally gets filled again, this time by a Jungkook who's older, wiser, and full of untold stories, You'll want to be there to witness every second. Until then, let the letter speak. Come back when you're ready. Your chair is waiting. As word continues to spread across media platforms and within fan communities, it has become abundantly clear that this is no ordinary late-night invitation. This is something deeper, quieter, and perhaps even more powerful, a personal gesture during a pivotal transition moment in Jungkook's life, a gesture that now has the potential to unfold into a cultural phenomenon. While armies around the world celebrate Jungkook's official return to civilian life, it's becoming increasingly obvious that Jimmy Fallon's letter is not just a kind invitation, it's a symbol, a signpost, a powerful indicator that Jungkook's next chapter may begin not with pyrotechnics or stage lights, but with a conversation, a human connection, a reunion rooted in trust and mutual admiration. The global countdown has begun. Social media platforms are ablaze. Fans across TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and Weverse are already mobilizing under hashtags like #JungkookFallonReunion, #GoldenReturn on Tonight Show, and #FallonKnowsGoldenMagne. The energy is electrifying, but there's one question echoing louder than the rest. Will Jungkook say yes? And perhaps the more emotional question is, will this reunion give us the closure and the beginning we've all been waiting for? The world needs that moment in a post-pandemic world. In a time when uncertainty still lingers and fans long for the golden days of BTS performances, something as simple and profound as Jungkook sitting across from Jimmy Fallon, laughing, reflecting, and singing, might be exactly what the world needs, and those around Jungkook seem to think so too. According to internal staff at HYBE, the letter reportedly moved Jungkook to stillness. One staff member recalled, "He didn't say much. He just sat there for a moment, holding the letter. Then he smiled. Not his media smile, the real one. The one he had when he was 16 and dreaming big." Jin's role. A brother's nudge. Another layer of intrigue has entered the story. Kim Seokjin, aka Jin, BTS's eldest member and someone Jungkook has long called Hyungnim, is said to have been present when the letter arrived. Jin, having just returned from his own military service a few months prior, was visiting the HYBE building and reportedly encouraged Jungkook to read the letter alone, in quiet. And what did Jin say after Jungkook finished? "That's not a letter from a talk show host. That's a letter from someone who misses you." Could Jin be playing a subtle role in encouraging Jungkook's re-entry into public life? One soft conversation at a time. Some fans think so. And with Jin now stepping into the public spotlight again, possibly preparing for his own solo activities, many are hopeful we could see both Jin and Jungkook seated side by side on Fallon's iconic stage in New York, representing the full-circle return of BTS's first and last military-serving members. Fallon's production team on standby while Jimmy Fallon himself has not commented publicly on the letter, possibly to preserve its private intent. His production team is reportedly on standby. NBC sources suggest that two possible taping windows are being held discreetly in mid-July and early August, both reserved for a high-profile K-pop feature. One insider stated. The dream is to do more than just an interview. Jimmy wants to build something unforgettable, a musical moment, a game, a tribute to Jungkook's journey, and even a surprise message from other BTS members. If this happens, it would mark Jungkook's first US television appearance post-discharge and possibly one of the most emotionally charged Tonight Show episodes since BTS's first takeover in 2020. In an age when fame is fleeting and authenticity is rare, this moment between Jungkook and Fallon feels genuine. It doesn't feel like PR. It doesn't feel like promotion. It feels like two friends meeting again, both changed, both grown, both ready to talk. And fans around the world, from Seoul to Sao Paulo, from Jakarta to Johannesburg, are preparing to tune in not just to see Jungkook the idol, but Jungkook the person, the one who served, the one who stayed humble, the one who quietly kept his promises to his fans, his family, and perhaps even to himself. Final words. The world's been waiting for you, Jungkook, as night falls across New York, and the lights in Jimmy Fallon's studio flicker back on for another taping. One chair remains quietly unoccupied. It's not just a prop. It's a promise made in ink, paper, and sincerity, a promise from one entertainer to another. Come back when you're ready. The world's been waiting for you.